So now Izuku have grabbed hold of Ida's hand, which he, even though that he's actually battling his battles, we can tell that he doesn't have the strength to hold on. But Ochaku have actually released, knowingly how they use her quirk to actually make Ida float. But we see Kirishima have actually captured Izuku, because now he actually can tell him that during his past he wouldn't be the man that he is today. But now they can finally bring him back to UA. Or they can join him in his battle against All for One. But now we can tell how they actually wanted to tell Izuku how they really feel about him leaving, in which they are actually won't accept the fact that they don't allow him to go out off his own. But Bakugo actually tell him that remember how Shigaraki turned him into Swiss cheese, which everyone actually heard what happened, in which he actually kept feeling like him when he was above him all those years, in which he hated the fact that he actually couldn't accept the fact that what he is today, in which it changed through their childhood and then changed into their middle school class outfits, in which how Izuku can hear how Bakugo really felt, how he actually catch up with him throughout their years in UA, including the fact that he actually going to tell the truth, in which he actually apologizing for everything that happened to Izuku, which throughout the years that he actually had the abuse, which he should have actually done in the first place. But now we get to see how the path that he's choose ever since inheriting One for All. But now we can finally see how he really felt, in which saving people is how they actually won. So right now he actually tell Bakugo that he's apologizing for everything that happened. But now we get to see how they're going to bring him back to UA High, because he already passed out, which they actually tell 13 that he's already up, which we can see her face for the first time, in which they actually knew that the citizens have been evacuated, but knowingly how they're using these shelters, which they escaped from escaped convicts, we can tell that people are now growing worried about the anti-hero idea, in which decided to move into the shelters, in which people who are actually still using the violent tendencies are actually now forming gangs that actually help with everything that actually happened to them, which they got the idea of heroes who are not helping the citizens like they should have, in which they using the barriers to actually stop everyone. That's exactly how they team up with other schools, but they actually knew that he can't go back. But the citizens actually have a different approach when they say they do not want Izuku to actually get into the shelter with them, knowingly how they actually hated him because they knew that Shigaraki is aftering him for his quirk, because we see how President Mike is actually trying to calm everyone down, but they are not listening because they still blaming Izuku for what's happened. But now they actually wanted him to go hide somewhere else. But Ochaku grabbed hold of his hand because she's going to tell him that it's going to be alright. But now she's going to stand up for Izuku in front of all the citizens who now rejecting him as their hero. So we see how Bakugo apologizing to Izuku for all the things that he actually have done, but now they bring him back to UA High, but everyone, including the citizens who actually live there, starting to reject Izuku because they blaming him for what actually happened because of the fact that he was the one who actually let the villains escape, including the fact that he was the one that Shigaraki is after, but now, Ochaku is going to stand up for him, because right now we're going to see how she's going to stand up for Izuku along with Class 1A as well on the next chapter next weekend soon. So anyway, like this video, subscribe for more, and comment what you think about the manga chapter. You guys can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, and my Facebook page. Until then, this is Anime Guy here saying signing out. Laters, and be safe.